Hello Cancer, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And also go check out the other videos on this channel that may pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. I think that will give you a much more dynamic picture of what's going on this week, all right? So let's just get into it and see what does Cancer need to know for this coming week. What is the message for Cancer? And what do we see but the Queen of Swords? All right, we're going to lay out the other of our 10 cards in our spread here today. We're also going to do an 11th card. And the 11th card is going to be our bonus card, our confirmation card. We're just going to put that right over here. We're not going to look at it until the very end. And we're going to see how that might tie this whole reading together or give us that confirmation that we're looking for, okay? So, starting us off is this Queen of Swords. So I think the issue with you, maybe in the previous weeks, maybe last week, last month, but I think the issue that you're kind of bringing with you here today is an issue with expressing yourself, an issue with really saying what you mean or getting your meaning across. I feel like you're having trouble really being confident with what you believe and how you're able to express that. Does that make sense? I feel like you have a lot of great ideas, you have a lot of really deep thoughts, and you're very intelligent, and you have a lot of plans and desires and a lot of opinions and knowledge. But I feel that when you try to express that, it kind of comes out the wrong way, or you're having trouble just like speaking up, or maybe you get really nervous when you have to speak in front of people or in front of like superiors or bosses or people in charge, managers, so that you don't really showcase your knowledge and skill and talent and abilities and this wonderful ability at communicating that you have. But for some reason, when you're in this situation, you're unable to really. You just get like speechless, kind of, or you kind of just get unable to express it, and I'm getting a weird feeling there, where it's almost just like you open your mouth, but the words don't come out. And I feel like it might be in regards to a larger organization that you're in. So I think this is maybe a work situation. It could be in relation to your superior or manager, or maybe just someone higher up in the company. It could be someone who's directly over you in terms of like a supervisory role, or it could just be like the owner of the company, or a coworker even with whom you work fairly closely, or you see maybe on a daily basis. But when you do see them, it's just like you just can't get the words out that you're looking for, okay? And I don't know really why that is, but I think that it's a problem for you, or it's been a problem for you, and maybe it's been going on for a little while. Maybe this is somebody new that now has a different role in the company, or is just kind of above you, maybe in the food chain a little bit. But it's just someone that you kind of see maybe in passing day to day, but when it really comes time for you to interact with that person, you're unable to really get your words out. But I think that you have all of this skill and ability to do well in this company, and to really like showcase your own talents and knowledge and intelligence. But for some reason with this person, it just doesn't come out. And I'm wondering, I'm curious if we can kind of get to the bottom of that, see what else might be going on. I also see that you're bringing into this situation this feeling of being inferior. So that could be kind of what's going on here, is maybe this person is just, they just feel superior, or you just kind of shrink a little bit in their presence, like you just feel that you're a little bit beneath them, maybe not, in terms of the hierarchy of your company or with your employer, but just that maybe they have just such an outgoing or confident, maybe even a little arrogant personality, that it just makes you kind of quiet down a little bit. It just kind of makes you feel a little bit inferior. And I don't know if that is something that is kind of stemming from earlier experiences in your life, if you've kind of been emotionally or even just like mentally or intellectually defeated by people in the past, maybe as a child. I know a lot of these kinds of things will originate in childhood and then they just kind of manifest in our adult life. But I'm no psychologist. I'm no medical professional in any way, shape, or form. So don't take this as mental health advice or anything like that. Okay, because I'm by no means am I an expert. But I feel like that might be a little bit of what's going on here. At least this is what the cards are showing me today. That there's something there that causes you to kind of shrink down when you're in this person's presence. Okay. And I think it's a little bit of a feeling like you're inferior or you're just smaller than this person in some way, or that they are dominating you in some way, mentally or emotionally. Now, I feel like there's also this kind of unconscious or underlying situation with you in terms of emotional fulfillment. I think that you maybe aren't so emotionally fulfilled right now in your life. And I think that could be all related, for sure. And I think that with this Ten of Cups here, we're looking at a situation where you want this satisfaction and fulfillment, but it's just kind of been this way for you for some time, where you're not able to get these cups filled. You know what I mean? You're not able to feel satisfied or fulfilled or whole, really, like emotionally put together and just feeling really good emotionally. There's something missing there. And I don't know exactly what that is about, but I do get that feeling like you want these 10 cups, you want them to be filled, you want to be satisfied, and you want to just feel good generally, right? And have these emotional experiences and this satisfaction and pleasure and just joy in your life. But something is missing. There's something preventing you from achieving these 10 cups. Okay, metaphorically speaking. I think that there's also this idea that you have, this kind of goal or aspiration that you have, that's represented by this Eight of Discs. And this is prudence, this is caution, this is being careful, this is really thinking before you act. And I think this is kind of a little bit related to all of this, right? It's kind of related to this Five of Swords, which is just feeling a little bit small, or just having a little bit of an inferiority thing going, where you just feel a little bit smaller, a little bit less than this particular person. And I think really it's been leading you to this life of just extreme caution and carefulness, and really not taking risks, and not really trying to stay away from danger, let's say, or what might be perceived as danger, or staying away from any situation that could cause that kind of anxious or stressful reaction in you. Okay, that kind of, maybe that fear or that anxiety, any situation like that, I think that you shy away from. I think you like to stay slow and cautious and meticulous, and you just want to kind of keep your head down and do your work, right? Because you don't want that emotional upset. You don't want that anxiety. But that, I think, is in direct conflict with this Ten of Cups, where you want that emotional fulfillment. You want that, excitement and love and joy and satisfaction and pleasure, but you're very cautious to go out and get that. You're very careful not to get into a situation that might be upsetting or hurtful or painful or turn out, poorly or whatever. You don't want to take the risks to get that Ten of Cups, but you want that Ten of Cups, but you're too cautious to go out and take the risks in order to get that. Okay. In the immediate future, however, I see this Emperor in your future. Okay, and this Emperor is that calm, confidence, self-control, discipline, but power and authority. and this boss attitude. And I really think that this is kind of talking about a shift in your demeanor, a shift in your outlook, a shift in the way you carry yourself. And even if you have to kind of fake it or force it, I think that maybe the cards are saying, look, you need to just kind of like lift your head up and puff your chest out and go in there and be the boss and dominate, be the leader, and have that kind of just confident and assertive air about you. And it doesn't mean to go in and just be like crude and brash and try to dominate everyone and be a bully or anything like that, or be a tyrant. No, this is that calm confidence. This is just like you just walk into a room and you just know that you are equal to, if not bigger and better and badder than everyone else, right? And that's not to say that now you have to take on a superiority complex, but I think it'd be a good shift for you to go from that opposite, just swing the other way a little bit and just be confident. And again, even if you have to kind of fake it or force it, I think it would be a good exercise for you to then just, go and start speaking to people and overcome that fear and really just discipline yourself to do that. And I understand what you're probably saying right now as well. If it was that easy, then I would have already done that, right? I mean, it's easy for me to say, oh, look, if you're just feeling shy or timid or whatever, just go in there and just be confident, right? Easy. I know it's not that simple. I know that that really doesn't mean very much to say that. We'll just go in there and do it. It should be that easy, but it's not, and I understand that. We're going to get to some other things that might be a factor here. And even though the cards are saying this, I think what the cards are indicating is that you're going to find a way to do this. You're going to put this into action, because this is saying, this isn't telling you what to do. This is saying what the future is going to be for you, what it's going to be like in the immediate future. And I think somehow, some way, you're going to walk into a room and you're going to be that confident, assertive authority that you really are, I think, inside, because you have the knowledge, the talent, the skill. You have all of these abilities. You just have to really let yourself feel that and be proud of that and express that. And you're going to find a way, because I think the cards are saying that the immediate future is you in this energy, this mode, right? And how you get there, I think, is a little bit more uncertain right now. But we're going to get to the second half here. Don't forget to like this video and please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, and I appreciate every one of you. Okay, so here is the Eight of Swords, and this is saying, yeah, that you have this kind of inability to get the words out when you're in the presence of this person, or in this could be just the work situation in general. This could be kind of just at work you have this energy, right? It might not be a specific person. Could be the entire just situation of being at work. And I think that this Eight of Swords is representing that. This is symbolizing that and saying, yeah, there's some kind of like mental static or interference or something that is preventing you from really expressing yourself the way that you can, the way that because you have the knowledge and the talent and the skill. But for some reason in this situation, you just can't get it out. And this is reinforcing that. And I think part of this too is you are reinforcing that in yourself. You're getting this into this feedback loop where every time it kind of happens, you're reaffirming to yourself, yeah, I'm just no good in these situations. I'm not as good as these people. I'm not as smart. I'm not as knowledgeable or intelligent or whatever. So a lot of it is just kind of you convincing yourself that this is true. Well, maybe this is part of how to go in the direction of the Emperor, is to change this cycle of those kind of negative affirmations and start using positive affirmations. Start finding examples of where you are the authority and you are confident and assertive, right? And outspoken and proud, and start reinforcing that in yourself just literally through affirmations, right? And just that positive self-talk. So that could be one of the methods here that the cards are indicating. I think in terms of your relationships with people, yeah, this is kind of going with what I said was, with this kind of Five of Swords that we were talking about, and this kind of shrinking from the social situations or from these conversations and interactions at work. I really think that you're kind of turning away from those, and you're kind of withdrawing from that active engagement, and that I think is really due to this feeling like you are less than, okay? Feeling like the other people around you, or a particular person, in specifically this person, but it could just be in general. Feeling like you are less than, or not as intelligent, or that you can't measure up in their conversations, in that technical discussions about the job or whatever the situation is. So this hermit is just kind of turning away from those things and isolating and withdrawing and just turning inwards rather than active engagement in the situation. Okay. So I think that this is, again, kind of a confirmation of what's been going on here. What is the advice or recommendation that we see from this card? Well, let's flip it around. Well, that doesn't show us anything. If we flip this card around, what we see is someone who is intentionally putting themselves into these uncomfortable or awkward situations. Instead of turning away from those meetings or those interactions, or if you see this person in the hallway and you kind of turn the other way, no, force yourself through this Emperor energy. Force yourself to go into that meeting, to go into that work function, to go into that room or that office, meet that person in the hallway, and just by putting yourself into these uncomfortable situations, you're going to be forcing yourself to grow and evolve and develop in some way. And if you're using these positive affirmations, you're going to be putting yourself in a position to really grow and evolve in the way of the Emperor, okay? And I think that is through, again, forcing yourself into these uncomfortable or awkward situations and challenging yourself. Okay, so instead of disengaging and isolating and withdrawing, I want you to actively engage. Not me, I don't want you. The cards are saying that through me, I guess. Actively engage in these situations rather than shrinking from them. Okay. Now, we were talking about this being a specific person at the beginning, and I wonder if some of this isn't because there's a little bit of attraction there to this person, and maybe that is what is kind of giving you this a little bit intimidated or timid or shy feeling, to where you're not able to express yourself and really assert your knowledge and authority in this workplace, in this environment. Because there might be, like I said, there might be some kind of attraction there between the two of you, or maybe on your part you feel a certain way about this person, and so that is kind of leading to like the uncomfortable, or you're just unable to really get the words out. I don't know how much weight this card really holds. I think this is kind of your fear or your worry too, that maybe this person, they see you in one certain way. They see you only as a superficial, or they see you in a superficial way, right? Maybe they just see you as this kind of young, attractive person in the workplace, and they don't really give you much clout. They don't give you much respect, because they see you as someone who is just like not really an authority, right? They don't see you as this emperor. Let's just say that. So they might have this kind of skewed view of you, that, and I think that's a valid concern or worry in this situation, that people aren't going to see you as you really are. People are going to see you only in the way that their kind of first or second impressions provided for them. And so it's difficult to change that once that's already kind of set into someone's mind. But I think through some of this stuff we've been talking about, you're going to start to change that. And even if it doesn't change for them, you're changing it for yourself. And I think that's what's more important. Finally, we have the Princess of Discs, and this card is saying, look, everything is going to be okay. You're safe and sound and secure. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to be successful. You're going to have abundance and love and support and all of that. I think what's more is this card is saying that it's time for you really to express yourself. You have to get this situation under control, because there's so much within you that you need to manifest. And if you're doing it through this employment, this workspace that we've been talking about, whatever this environment is, by you being this emperor energy, by you taking control and being the authority, being the leader, being confident and outspoken and assertive, you're going to be well on your way to manifesting whatever it is that you want in your life. Because this situation, this environment, if this is a work situation, this, you can manifest your desires, your goals, your intentions in this space. You can be creative and kind of create the success that you want in terms of your work life in this environment. But this emperor energy, once it's developed and established and you get practicing on it, it's going to spill out into every other area of your life. So in any situation, any environment that you're in, you're going to be able to create it and mold that environment, mold that situation however you want, because you're gonna have that emperor energy. You're gonna have that control and authority. So it doesn't matter where you are or who you're with, you kind of now have like this magical ability to create the situation, to mold the situation the way you want to, and that takes real creativity, right? Real power and creativity. And I think that you can create this success and abundance, and you can really manifest this Ten of Cups, this happiness, this satisfaction and fulfillment, and this real self-love too. I think that's a big part of it. Anyway, that I think is the message of the Princess of Discs. Now, we're going to look at this confirmation card. I don't know what this is. You don't know what this is. We'll see if it gives us any kind of confirmation. Yeah, see? There's the Magus. That's what I'm talking about. You have this magical ability to create the world, to create the environment and the situation that you will, and to be creative. And this is exactly what we were talking about just a minute ago with this Princess of Discs, that magical ability to create or mold the situation, mold the environment, mold reality in a way that is going to be an expression of you. It's that creativity. And this is the Magus, the juggler, the magician, that one who has control, perfect control over all of their faculties and talents and skills, and is able to use it to just create whatever they will, whatever they desire. And I think you're going to create that abundance and that self-love and that happiness and that satisfaction and achievement and just material success too. I think you're going to find that having this confidence, having this magical ability, well, you already have the magical ability. It's just a matter of harnessing it, invoking it, getting a little practice. And I think it really is, the possibilities are really open to you in infinite and beautiful, wonderful ways. I'm very excited, Cancer. If you want to check out the extended version of this reading, you can become a member of this channel. And all of the information is down in the description box. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today.